Hey people, Gen Xer here, coming live from my carport studio. Have actually an article here from the Guardian from the UK. It's pretty good. Unfortunate though, but it's called "The House That We Built: Homeless People on Their Makeshift Residences, Homelessness in America." As the homelessness crisis reaches new heights, we speak to people in Oakland, LA, Oakland, Seattle, and about their shelters. Tiffany Jones in her tarp house in Los Angeles. It's the first article. I was a certified sales assistant. I used to work for AT&T, and my wife. She was a security supervisor for a large company since she was 18. We ended up getting put out of our apartment because they said we were nuisances because we were putting it in manager requests to fix it up. After that, we ended up here. We understand that we're homeless, but it's just that just because we're homeless doesn't mean that this isn't home. This is the house we built, and if you consider something your home, you're going to take pride in no matter what it is. Give them credit where credit's due, for sure. It's a positive attitude. We have different tents set up. This is a lounge. This is a 4-man tent, and it's a couch and a table and some pillows and stuff. And this right here is the house. I want you to see it's hooked up. We have a chair and a bed and the electricity and the tents. Sorry, chopper going by. Hang on a sec. Again, I'm kind of in my carport, so I'm battling the elements here. All right. It says we have different tents set up. This is the lounge, 4-man tent, and there's a couch and a table and some pillows and stuff. This right here is the house. I want you to see how it's hooked up. We have a chair and a bed, and we have electricity to the tents, like I said. We have car batteries, and we hook them up. It's very important for you to have a fire extinguisher if you have a tent, and it's very important to keep water around. I don't know if you've ever seen a tent fire, but it's devastating. Once it starts to burn, it literally goes up, and then when it rains, oh my God, we get wet. Unfortunately, the way of using the bathroom around here is to urinate in a cup and shit in a bag. That's the biggest challenge out here, using the bathroom, and the fact that we can't dispose of it properly is one of our biggest concerns because it's disgusting. And then the city does this cleanup, and it's like a joke. They'll pull us out of the tent and they'll throw everything away. I'm talking tarps, tents, clothes, doesn't matter. We can't keep anything. They pull up with a big trash truck and they devastate us all. Just because me and my wife are homeless, we didn't forget where we came from. We know that we came from living inside, so we still know how to live like we're inside, only outside. Second story goes to Chris Erickson, 32, from Seattle, too young to be homeless. Stands in front of the tiny home that he built, homeless encampment known as the Jungle, next to the on-ramp on I-90 in Seattle. Chris Erickson, I used to build a house just to see if I could do it. I decided to build a house just to see if I could do it. I didn't really have any experience. I began putting pallets and blocks together, and then started cutting pieces of wood to fill in the gaps. I go around the nearby streets with a modified shopping cart and collect useful things to build with. Whatever I can find determines what I can build and how it will look. For example, I found a table and sawed off the legs and used them to prop up the house. Chris Erickson's collection of life home improvement books he shows, showing off the books. I've been homeless in Seattle since September of 2014. I've been homeless. Always camped within 2 blocks of the freeway. When nobody's running around yelling, you can almost imagine that sound of the passing cars or waves hitting the shore. I've been in this spot for about 8 months, and I was the first person here. A lot of other people came here after, but since then I've been knocked out or moved on, kicked out or moved on, which is nice because I like to be isolated. Has a sense of humor still, evidently. I'm really proud of everything I've learned. The most difficult part is putting the window in and getting the dip board tube around all fit. Unfortunately, one day I got pissed and broke the window. I've replaced it with something smaller, but there's a 5-inch gap on one side now. I cleaned the area around me quite a bit to make sure that there's no food, garbage, attracting rats. My husband, who I don't live with, slept here a couple times. My bed's hardly big enough for 2 people, but we did it, all curled up. He helped me strut with the building, but once I accidentally hit his finger with a hammer, so I don't let anybody help me anymore. He's got a sense of humor too. I know it's inevitable that my home's going to be torn down. The police who patrol the area have given me compliments on the house and admired it. They even said I could stay till spring. The last article moves on to a guy's a pastor named Preston from Oakland, California, 60 years old. Too old to be homeless. Either way, it's bad. I was born on May 23rd, 1957, right here in Oakland at Kaiser Hospital. I went to high school here, graduated class of 75, and I love the city. I've been dealing with homelessness by myself on my own since 1991, not just in Oakland. He was in other cities too, Atlanta, Georgia, Mississippi. So I know what it's like. And growing up I was a Boy Scout. From Cub Scout on, I've been camping, and sorry, a car went by. And I know what you need for camping. Now I do a course for others on how to winterize yourself, then your tent. I look at that and I built that. Sometimes I ask myself, how did I get away with that? I keep everything clean on my outside, so I'm not breaking any codes. It ain't rain tight though. I got to work on it. First big storm this year, and this side fell. I guess he's pointing to one side of his house fell over, but I still look at it this way. He has enabled me to do his work. He means the Lord, I guess. I'm not particularly religious. I'm more of an agnostic, but I don't believe nor disbelieve, but to each his own. I respect other people's belief systems. So I was ordained and licensed to be a pastor in 1993. The minister that ordained me told me you can minister people that a lot of people, pastors, can't do because you experience things in your life: drug addiction, bad marriages, street abuse, etc. Being at home is somewhere you feel safe. Home does not mean being in a building. Forget about the house. A house? I will get there when I get there. But for now, I am home. I am home. Gotta admire these people's courage in the face of tragedy. Nobody in this country should be homeless. The European model countries, Germany, Sweden, Denmark, they don't have these problems. Only in America. Heaven forbid, if we skimmed a little bit of money off the military budget, like maybe 10 or 20% or so, and didn't have all these foreign interventions, around the globe. Was it 8 now that we're involved in? When Obama took office, it was 2. He expanded to 7, and then now Trump's expanded it to 8. But yeah, I mean, between that or either taking some money off the military budget a little bit, not dramatically even, this would be doable, or maybe even actually taxing the rich. Sad. Our income inequality in this country is just epic proportions. I mean, you talk about humanitarian crises in areas that don't even have them, like Venezuela. I mean, we have an embargo on them, and they're in the middle of an economic recession, yeah, but riots a little bit here and there with the police and the younger people in the country, but whole thing's political. But like I said, we have this gigantic epic proportion crisis of homelessness in the United States. So we have the money and the resources. Just the richest country on earth. I mean, and we have like record homeless. It's not funny though. It's sad. I can only imagine what these people go through every day. I mean, all I could say is just vote for your local progressive candidate. No more of these stupid establishment repubs and Democrats. And they're both kind of like not doing us any service. Only servicing donors. So, but actually, in Utah is a right-wing, extreme, hard right-wing state. Unfortunately, I feel sorry for them, but they did actually implement some real leftist ideas, though. So I give them credit for that. They actually giving homeless people, giving away houses to homeless people. I don't know what the criteria they have to meet in order to qualify for that type of, thing. But in the UK, obviously do the same thing. It's all at least part of Jeremy Corbyn. He's one of my heroes too. I mean, it's in the Labour Party platform as well. So they just call them rough sleepers over there, but it's the same thing. Got the right idea, But yeah, I mean, heaven forbid, pay a little more taxes for wealthy people, like inheritance tax shouldn't be the way it is, and the state tax and everything. The estate tax is completely eliminated. That directly affects Trump himself, including the cutting corporate taxes. He owns businesses too, so sad situation. But we can take care of people here, man. It's doable. It's not like you can't. What's up, neighbors? Live from my studio carport here, so fighting the elements on the battle. Yeah, it's just a little windy out here today, so yeah, it's a great article, man. If you like it, just share. Thumb it up. I could use all the likes and shares I can get, and like I said, I'm kind of doing this for nothing, but I'm in kind of a bad situation too. I'm in the middle of a disability case and stuff too, so I can only imagine what these people go through. So it's ain't no joke. Anyway, man, you guys like it? Thumb it up. Share it with your folks, and until then, keep pressing on. Vote for your progressive candidate. No more of the corporate Dem Repub trash. Support maybe a Justice Democrat or a Democratic Socialist of America or Green or one of those. I think those are a little bit more viable parties than the Green. I love the Green's platform. Don't get me wrong. Don't before you have too much hate on me, But I love their platform. I wish they were, but for the time being, those other two, the Democratic Socialists of America and the Justice Democrats, are the only ones that are actually starting to win some elections. And mostly the Greens is on this more of a local level that they've won seats, but nothing, zero on the national stage. So, unfortunately, they have a great platform too, but it's what you should be voting for. Watching TV today, I know I'm getting a little off topic, but I swear to God, the only thing they even talked about on TV, like they're going back and forth between Russia and like the stupid and more gun control, and then like who Trump fired today. I mean, it's just like so out of touch with like, dude, you can focus on more than one thing at a time, or two things. You know what I mean? It's not that hard, It's like I said, vote for somebody based on their platform, man. If they want it, they're giving you a living wage, they're giving you Medicare for all, and actually specify about the living wage and go into detail on it. So not just say I'm for a living wage and then like Doug Jones did, and then not even say like what you're for. Like say, okay, well, I'm for this based on population density or something. It would be a sliding scale, kind of a progressive scale, kind of like our tax system is. But obviously, you know, more people there are, the more you get paid. So you don't have some small town like Christmas, Florida, or something that's getting paid the same amount, you know, wage-wise as like Miami. You know, I mean, that stuff like that is like explainable. It's not that hard. It's how you know these people, like when they don't explain in detail on these things, that they're just, they don't want to tell you what it is. So, unfortunately, been a little bit up, but anyway, I'm got a side topic there a little bit. Got a little sidestep from the article, but yeah, I mean, nobody should be homeless in America. Vote your local progressive, Democratic Socialists of America, or Justice Democrat. It's fine. Those are two good groups to donate money to. I'm gonna actually do it myself. So, so then keep pressing on. Onward, soldiers, progressive soldiers, hooray! I know it's awful, man. Anyway, love you guys, man. If you like it, thumb it up. You know, share it. Like I said, I'm doing this for nothing. It's horrible. That's Google for you. That's why I use Ecosia. When I can on my PC at least. But Google is like Amazon of like search engines. I mean, it's just like horrible reputation. But yeah, this stuff should not stand. But you have a terrific day. Onward, progressives.